So many bonus tracks! Ah! What's up, dreamers? I'm Bryce from Midnight Notion, and this is the Rocker Review. Rewind, one of the bajillion bonus tracks from Paramore's album Riot. I'm excited to get into this one, just as I have been with the entire record. It's a wonderful band. Just a note up front, I am only going to do Rewind and Decoy, and that's it. I know that there are a couple more songs, but on Wikipedia it says demo in parentheses. So we're skipping the demos. We're just focusing on the bigger tracks, and I know some of them might have already been demos, whatever. I'm just saying it's time to move away from this record and onto the next one. So nothing against you. I know you want to hear it some other day, perhaps, but for now, we're going to finish this record with Rewind and Decoy and move on to the next one. Cool? Cool. As always, I am going to be ranking the song using the following criteria: structure, flow, melody, engagement, and lyrics. Each category is a 0 to 4 scale, with 0 being not for me, 2 being the standard, and 4 being great. Once again, these numbers mean absolutely nothing. I just like to find out what my favorite song is on the record and what my least favorite song is. We'll see where this song lands after this. Let's listen! But first, hit the subscribe button, because that's very important and free. And then, check out my music. Midnight Notion is available wherever you get your music online. Do it! You know you wanna!
Don't come looking for me.
Clean.
'Cause I'll be right here with the words you said. Looking for the words to say. You know what you did, you know. And how can anybody forget the promise that you made?
I like that. There's a really soft palm muted guitar. It's clean and it's soft. It's like rounded off. The harshness of the pick attacking the string, the ch is kind of missing. It's rounded off. It's EQ'd different, or it's set to a different pickup switch on the guitar. It almost sounds like a keyboard. But it seems like it's a guitar to me. So little palm mute guitar. Very cool little effect though. Everything's very clean on this one. I like that. It's different.
'Cause this is how the promise breaks. I always knew you'd fall through, and now you're proof. And rewind
There we
to
go.
the first time that I felt it coming. I knew it would not last. And rewind to the first time that I felt it coming. Make it quick, make it painless. And don't tell me lies
There it
and
is.
say goodbye. And now you're
I like that little add-in. Once again, Haley is I believe she seems like she's known for this. The chorus is in 4 or 8, and then there's that one extra line on the end, baka 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 baka, and then hold out and then back into the next part. This song has a lot of cool stuff rhythmically. That offbeat, right? I don't know if you can feel it if you're a non-musician. What I'm describing is that the kick drum is coming just a little bit shy of the downbeat. If you count a song 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you subdivide it as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, the drums are coming in on the and of 4. So boom, ka, boom, right? There's that, they're hitting just a little bit earlier than the next measure. And that driving force is, really, that's what it is. It's a driving force. It's a way to push the song forward. You could just do straight beats. Boom, cha, boom, cha, boom, cha, boom, cha. But that's standard. That's boring, right? That push, that little extra push on the offbeat, it's nothing new. Millions of bands have done it all across the ages, but it's just a nice way to drive the song. And then when you get into the chorus and everybody's playing out, it comes back a little bit, and we have a lot more straight notes. There's still those offbeats, but they're a little bit further apart. So the verse has that there's a lot of those offbeats, and they're emphasizing them, not just with the kick drum, but the guitars and the bass as well, really pushing it. Right? It's really fun. And then when we get in the chorus, everything's strumming out and it's a little bit more open. We also have the changing style of the guitars. We have a lot of clean stuff in the verses, that clean guitar, and then the little guitar. And then we come in, we get a little bit more distortion, and then it just opens up. They crank up the gain on the guitars. Really cool way to make a nice roller coaster of a song. Really cool.
running from me. So cool, so scared of
Listen to that drum. We got a floor tom hit that just thunders. Rewinding just a few seconds.
Me, so cool, so scared of what you might have said. But no one's ever.
Yeah, it sounded like it was both the tom and the bass going, right? So they hit the tom, and they really emphasize it in the mix. They maybe raise up the level just a little bit more, just to really. Is there a snare on? Is it snare and tom? Maybe it's just the tom to get a nice flam on it. Boom! And then the bass emphasizing. They're kind of sitting in the same frequency range, so it really gives this nice bass drop vibe. One more time.
Me, so cool, so scared of what you might have said. But no one's ever looked away.
That's my favorite
We know
part.
what you did, we know. If I told anybody, then we would soon forget your name. And you would never have a place. I always knew you'd fall through. Now you're through. And rewind to the first time that I felt it coming. I knew it would not last. And rewind to the first time that I felt it coming. Make it quick, make it painless.
Okay, so what I'm hearing in the chorus here, rhythmically, I was talking about that push of that offbeat. It seems like the drums aren't really emphasizing that offbeat as much in this chorus, that it's just the guitars, that the guitars are ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So they're doing the push on the guitar, but the kick drum isn't punching that offbeat anymore. They are playing offbeats in other places, but that end of the measure offbeat just isn't there. Let's go back just a few seconds here. Listen to this.
And rewind to the first time that I felt it coming. Make it quick, make it painless. And don't tell me lies, just say goodbye. Please don't say too much. Oh,
Little drum roll.
heard enough from you. Oh,
Yeah, those hits really just bop, bop, psh.
from you. Oh,
Halftime.
rewind to the first time that I felt it coming, and I knew it would not last. And rewind to the first time that I felt it coming. Make it quick, make it painless. And don't tell me lies, just say goodbye.
Ooh, double?
And don't tell me lies, just say goodbye.
3? No? Oh. Nice. The guitar wants to solo. It's so quiet. You can hear a guitar wanting to solo. Something like that, but it's so low in the mix that it doesn't really feel like a solo. It feels like background elements, and I want it to shine. You can tell that the mix of this song is much just lower quality than the rest of the record. Things aren't biting through, cutting through the mix the same way. The kick and the snare, actually really just everything. There's sort of a lo-fi recording vibe that I'm getting this. What was this, 2006, 7, 8, somewhere around there? Around 2006 and 7, I was in a band. I was the drummer in a band, and we had a recording that's kind of sounds similar. I don't know how to say it, but it is a recording style, a mic style, a homemade style, and that's what vibes I'm getting here. This doesn't feel like a big studio budget recording. This feels like a much smaller budget, which is nothing wrong with it. That's not a mark on the song, right? That's just a mark on the recording quality, and that's why it didn't make the official record, probably. I don't know. Excuse me, that's not why it didn't make the record. That's just a sign of it didn't make the record, so we didn't produce it all the way forward. That's what I'm trying to say. Fade out. No ending, just a jam out. Okay. That's all right. I think this is a fine song for a fade out. Really rocking. I could see a live version of this just going on forever, a big guitar solo, maybe going into halftime, getting everybody banging their heads and playing and singing along, or maybe not singing, but at least doing like a whoa, 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 or a yeah, 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 or a hey, hey, something like that. There's a lot of opportunity there, but there it is. Rewind. Let's give this sucker some points. Structure. This song is very simple. Verse, chorus, bridge, chorus. I think there is a chance that we could argue that there's a pre-chorus because there's a slight change in the rhythms and the chords in the build-up to the chorus, but it's so short that I don't know if I can confidently call it a separate section. It feels like a tag at the end of the verse that repeats in the second verse. And even though it's the same lyrics or very similar lyrics both times, it doesn't feel like enough of a section, of an individual section, to really call it a pre-chorus. So I'm going to say it's a verse, chorus, bridge, chorus. There's a little opportunity for a solo. It doesn't move a whole lot, but it kind of is a solo guitar. And then there's an extended outro with a jam and a fade out. But the jam doesn't really go anywhere unique. I do like, my favorite part is that addition on the end, that we do have two of the hook at the end of the chorus, the just say goodbye, don't tell me lies, just say goodbye. That goes twice on the final chorus rather than in the first two where it stops and then it goes into the next section. It doesn't have a stop, it keeps going, it builds, and then it goes into an outro. That's pretty cool, but I don't think it's unique enough to really set it apart from every other song on the planet as far as structure goes. So for structure, baseline standard, it's a 2. Flow. It's got a proper flow. We've got build-ups, we've got breakdowns, we've got a light verse section and a heavier chorus section, a smoother change for the bridge. Where are we going? And then a pretty high energy ending. It's pretty standard, honestly. I think that it feels like, well, I'll get to it more in the next section. We'll just say for flow, standard again, 2. Melody. What I was going to talk about in flow actually belongs here in melody because it has to do with the note choices. I don't feel like this song really stands out as a hit like some of their other songs do. This actually kind of feels like a lot of local bands. I referenced during the song my band back in that time period who had a similar recording style. There are other bands in the current Twin Cities music scene that I feel like I've heard this same song. And that's not a problem. It's just common. It's just very common. It sits right in the middle as this is the song everybody's writing. And that's how I feel about this song. None of the notes really stood out as really pushing outside of the range. Even the guitar parts were like, yeah, I could play that. I could probably write something like that. So nothing really stood out for me. It's not bad melody. It just feels the same as everything I've heard before. So melody, 2. Engagement. Once you learn the words, there's an opportunity at the end of the chorus, that little pause, just don't tell me lies, just say goodbye. But it doesn't really have a full stop, does it? And there aren't really any hey heys or sing-along parts. There's plenty of opportunities to bang your head, and I could see that the live version has plenty of opportunities for more hey heys and sing-alongs. You know, that whoa whoa at the end as they're playing out the instruments, they could really vamp that section. But as far as the recorded version, there aren't a lot of opportunities for me to engage rather than just bobbing my head. And I was bobbing my head the whole time, so nothing negative on the song, just doesn't have a whole lot of parts for me in it. That's all. Engagement, it's a 2. Lyrics, let's take a look at them, shall we? The first thing I want to talk about is lyric formatting. I am a snob when it comes to formatting, and whoever did this Google rewind lyrics formatting doesn't know the trick. Because look at this. This is the chorus. Rewind to the first time and I felt it coming. I knew it would not last. Rewind to the first time and I felt it coming. Make it quick, make it painless. Don't tell me lies, just say goodbye. This is all one section. Why is there a gap here in the middle of this section? And the same goes for the verses. I mean, I could see separating the verses, but they're separated in really, really strange ways. So I'm actually going to skip the Google version. I'm going to go to the AZ lyrics version because this one's a little bit cleaner. Get rid of that ad here, and it's a little bit more my style. I'm not a huge fan of center align, but we'll deal with it for now. Let's look at verse number 1. Don't come looking for me, 'cause I'll be right here with the words you said, and looking for the words that you say. You know what you did, you know. And how can anybody forget the promise that you made? 'Cause this is how a promise breaks. I always knew you'd fall through, and now you're proof. Let's take a look at the rhyming. If you look at the end of each section, me, said, say, I guess said, say, you could kind of slant rhyme those. No, made, breaks. Made and breaks is probably the closest rhyme so far. Made, breaks, it depends on how you deliver it. And then through and proof also rhyme. So there's not really a set rhyme scheme. Once again, it's okay. Not every song needs a rhyme scheme. I just want to point out that I like Haley's writing style because it's not conforming to that AB or AABC or whatever structure you're used to. It's different. It's unique. It's just kind of thought processes right off the tip of the tongue. Whatever comes out, and it doesn't have to rhyme. It's cool. Is it good? Is it bad? You be your own judge. I'm looking more, because we can't really talk about sentence structure in the song, I have to focus on content. And content-wise, it's just kind of, I've heard this song before, right? There's somebody that screwed up, and there was a breakup, or maybe a pending breakup, and they did something, they know what they did, they're ashamed of what they did, but they're afraid to say it out loud. They're lying by not saying it out loud. And Haley is saying, don't lie anymore, just bye-bye. In the second verse, we have more about how we know what you did. We know. If I told anyone, they would soon forget your name. So my friends are on my side, and if I told them what you did, they would also say, see you later, bye-bye, get that person out of here. They're going to support me. So what you did was really crappy. It's not specified in the song what you did, which on one hand is nice because anybody could sing this song to anyone else. It would probably fit their life. The downside is we don't know what it is. We're going to have to dig for more information. If you're into that kind of thing, all the more power to you. I have no decision either way. All I know is that there are thousands of love songs and thousands of post-love songs, goodbye breakup songs out there. It doesn't really say anything new. You did something, I don't like it, see you later. I do like the chorus, rewind to the first time that I felt it coming. I knew it would not last. So there was something in the beginning that felt a little bit off, and I knew it wasn't going to work. But I didn't let, a lot of people find themselves in that situation. They ignore all these red flags and warning signs, and then, there it is. You're the proof. I see now. What I saw back then is exactly the same. I should have done something about it then, but I didn't. Here we are now. I'm very upset about it. Bye-bye. I don't know why this is the motion for bye-bye today, but it's a very shoo-away vibe. Anyway, not much to say on the lyrics. Pretty standard. Once again, it's a 2. And so Rewind gets a grand total of 10 points, right down the middle. So I guess it does rock. It's just right on the fence there. It unfortunately does not make the top 10 list, but let's look at that list anyway. Take a look here. We still have Born for This at the very, very top with the perfect score, and on the bottom is Hallelujah and Misery Business tied for 10th place. So Rewind is actually in 12th place right now. out of 13 so far, or 14, I guess, if you count the acoustic version of Misery Business, but that wasn't ranked. Whatever, you saw it, or you didn't, and you could go back to the video, watch it if you want to. But there you go, that's Rewind, and that's my score. Now tell me what score you would give it in the comments below. What sort of ranking system are you using? Using mine or your own? If you want to give this a score of grapes, that's excellent. I don't know what that means, but tell me about it in the comments below. Make sure you hit subscribe, because subscribing to this channel is free and nice and kind, and that's the kind of person that you are. And of course, check out my music. Midnight Notion is available wherever you get your music online, and you'll be seeing some more clips of us from our last show very soon. We got some video, so that's coming at some point. But that's all for today. Thank you so much for being here. I love you. I support you. Rewind to the good times, or actually, you know what? Let's fast forward to the good times, because we all know they're coming soon. You're awesome. I love you. You rock.